Welcome to Honest Whisper's first transformation and review. On this video, I'll be reviewing and transforming for the first time Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Hook. And basically this is from the gift box or box set, you might want to call it, of the 6 Constructicons, all Voyager class. Right now he's in the vehicle mode, which size-wise is pretty big and huge. Quality-wise, it's probably not bad. It's on par with your average Transformers, whether it be a deluxe class, Voyager, or leader class. But compared to Masterpiece, just not as good. You could tell a lot of people complain about not that much decals or painting or whatever, extra colors, and that it looks pretty plain, which kind of does. You do see a lot of good details, but after watching few episodes of Combiner Wars, and I'm actually right now in the middle of the second part of the trilogy, Titan's Return, and there's a lot of areas they could have probably did a little extra details, whether it be extra paint, because each one, they're all pretty much like, it has green, purple, and all of them always have one silver piece, and then of course some painting. The painting on the either the silver or like the window color. I guess that's kind of like a dark purple. It's almost black looking, but you could see off the reflection. So I'm gonna go ahead and transform this for the first time. I don't like to wrinkle or mess up the like make new folds on the instructions, and this is pretty much a pretty big one, as you can see. So let me see if I could set this down for now. Get that centered there, and what I'll do is, it's on the top line basically, and then it goes around, and that's the finish for the robot form. Now on the inside is where they transform it to Devastator. So what I'm going to do is, I want to see if I could put this down here. Might even put him on top. And what we'll do is, I just kind of, if this would stay out. Gotta use the force of gravity. Alright, so looks like the arm comes out first, which also I did want to go back, and this one, as the vehicle mode, it doesn't fully doesn't have that nice tight fit. So it does have that little curve. Let me see if I can snap it in a little bit more. It stays in, but when you move it around, it does kind of, well, you know what? It's pretty sturdy now. So let me see if I could. So there is some seam line. As a vehicle mode, I like it overall before I transform it. So for me, I mean, compared to the G1, way better, huge improvement. I just wish the quality was more closer to a Masterpiece. Of course, that is wishful thinking at this price, because I was thinking if each Masterpiece, let's see how this goes. This one, it has an arrow that says flip up. So when I don't know how to do this, what I want to look for are seam lines. So looks like this might pop out, but it says the whole thing's supposed to, oh, there it is. So the whole thing, I had to look at the purple part. This is included. I was almost trying to separate it, so let's lift that up. I guess that's just about it. So let me pull the shoulders down. It's almost like they skipped a few steps. His head's already turned in that picture. And then this little flap goes down, feet goes up, and legs. This is probably it where it spreads apart. Let me see. So how does this work? This one, looking at it, so I'm trying to see. There's nothing that separates it. It's just you take. Does this move? That doesn't look right if that is the case. But let me see. Let's go to 7. We'll keep going forward. 7, it has, looks like this is supposed to flip down. See, I hate it when the arrows, it just goes down. I mean, am I supposed to turn it? Obviously it's not supposed to do that. So do I flip this backwards? So what I want to do is I want to see this joint. I do see this black thing in the back, which separates from the thigh or the leg right there. So I'm going to hold that in place. There it is. And then it pivots downward. And all they drew is one little arrow going that way. It's like, jeez. Of course, as a kid, once you do this a few times, you got it down, memorized. First time, of course, I could see a lot of kids end up breaking their toy, or at least pulling a piece apart. So I guess this, I'm trying to see if there's a tab here that locks it down. I don't see anything there, so I guess the feet from the side looks kind of empty. Or even hollow would be the word. And let's see, the fist supposed to flip somewhere. Oh, there's the fist from the inside. So yeah, like the inner parts of his arm, I don't like how it's all hollow. And this guy, hook. Let me see what hook can do. There, finally snapped in like perfect. From the front, he looks good. Let me see that part. I know this is supposed to be lower to his shoulder, so let me see if I could pull this down. I'm not even looking at the instructions now. I'm just kind of going by look and feel. Okay, and it snaps in right there in the back. That looks cool. I like his head. I like his face. Looks just like the cartoon. From the front, he looks cool. And on this version, oh man, is that right? Is this one long piece? Nah, man, that's gonna get in the way. His leg hyperextends. Hate it when robots do that. And of course, if you put it straight, there's a bit of a gap. It'll look cooler if everything was all covered. So let me see if I could just get him on a regular standard standing pose. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it looks all weird. He's all squatting. Let me try to fix this leg. The problem I'm getting is right here. Where his feet is not lining up. Okay, so let me... I see what it is. It's not lining up because he's too back heavy. So the ankles won't stay forward and it'll just lean back. So I guess this little hook is almost... Watch. Let me do this. Well, obviously that's too much weight on the back. So I can't really, that won't be a fair test. But either way, not much support there. Let me see if I could kind of angle him in a... Yeah, right out of the box. And ankles, it's not loose, but it's just not sturdy enough. Especially this one just feels a little bit looser. This one feels pretty tight, the right ankle. And of course the Hasbro doesn't come with individual weapons. Get you slightly better angle there. So yeah, it's not that stable as a individual robot. The way he looks, especially in the front, looks awesome. I don't like how you could see all part of the ball joint. That looks pretty sloppy. And of course, one of the biggest complaints from everyone, he has no elbow joints. And as I was saying, Takara, they actually, it's more expensive, like $80 more expensive on the retail, original retail. But it came with individual weapons. This one, it's just part of the Devastator wing that's supposed to be his weapon. And how brilliant is that? Because the shoulder kind of gets in the way of his, I guess, shoulder pads, I don't know. So the upper part of his arm gets in the way of his shoulder. So it can, of course, this is part of the transformation. So he hyperextends. Let me see if there's a way to lock him down here. Because this doesn't turn in any further. So that's at its max. I hear clicking, but it's just rubbing against that. So it's not like this is supposed to tuck in under. So yeah, that's it. See the right ankle, see how that fits in? Am I missing something here? That looks like... No, it fits. It's about the same. It's just the joints on the legs and the ankles are... Okay, I see this one. See, this is probably what a kid might do. This is what, like ages 8 and up? Ages 8 and up. An 8-year-old kid trying to transform this. Well, I guess they made it, you know, like, I know they made it like that on purpose so that it won't break, so it could kind of just come apart if you force it the way too long. But that's one way to get your little piece here, your ankles loosened up. He's just like sliding backwards. So yeah, you're gonna need the hook to do it. So for me, like, oh man, that's an ugly design. That's pretty horrible. And the execution, it's yeah, it's almost as bad. I have to say, it's a little bit disappointing as far as hook goes. I guess everyone has a different hook or whatever. One might be better, one might be worse. But my impressions already, which I'm probably gonna keep this in Devastator mode the whole time. At least as a rope. See, I like the face, the sculpt of the chest, everything, the colors. It looks awesome. And then once you start going to the limbs and stuff, it's just hollow. Especially like when you look at the inner arm. That's pretty, like even this makeshift gun, basically. It's like, hey, we don't have a gun, let's go ahead and just give them part of the wing for the gun. So you know what I'm gonna do, which is part of the first transformation experiment video, and it's already getting kind of long on the video, is doing this. Let me see if I could put this down like that. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm gonna put the crease there. So great, so he's supposed to start from a view. Yeah, that's, so let me see if I got this memorized. It's just basically reversing. Sucks, man. That thing came out already. And it's the same foot. You know what that means? Is that once you break it apart, not that it's broken, but once you pull one piece apart like that, it's like, it's always gonna come out now, dude. It's always gonna be loose. Sucks. Oh well. At least in this way, the ankle, it's much more sturdier. So this one is supposed to go back up. Let's pull that out of the way. Go back up. And this one goes like that, folds in. Now this apparently is supposed to come in. And I guess right here. Put on it. Okay, so basically vehicle mode now. And this is supposed to kind of, it's supposed to flip over like this so that it covers his head. Okay, so back to vehicle mode. So this is supposed to what? Slide up or go up? So I guess it's supposed to be at the top position like that. And then I see this thing. Okay, there is a little angle here, so that flips over. Body splits, which I tightly snapped in earlier. Oh, great. So, let's see, I don't want to break it. Where's a good place to grab? I want to grab a part that's unbreakable. What? That's not it. or that's part of it. And I need this part too. Oh, that's cool, man. His head's tucked in there the whole time. I didn't even know that. There it is. Okay, so this one. Did I miss something? It's the arm. How is the arm? Okay, there is room for the arm to stay tucked in, but everything's not fitting right. So something's not quite right here. I feel like this part is not perfectly in the middle, so let me see if it's probably this arm. This arm's okay. This arm wasn't tucked in completely. Now it fits in, or not. Yeah, well, it fit in and it's lined up better. There, that looks solid. There we go. And then I'll form the head. Here we go. Sorry, that's for Voltron. Alright, cool. First part of Devastator. That's looking much better. Does it have a nice full, completely tight fit? I'm tucking everything in. This one's... Okay, it wants to kind of split apart right here in the middle when I tuck the left side in. Hopefully when I have the other pieces in, it might not be as bad. I don't see any other tabs or anything. So I do like everything where it's all nicely tucked in. So far, Devastator, top of his head, looks great. Thank you for watching. Until next time, continue eating your vitamin C's and read the King James Version Bible. And if you haven't seen Combiner Wars yet, definitely recommend you watching it.